We begin in Salutation A, equal standing pose, equal weight on the left foot and right foot. Your thighs are active. You're standing tall with your shoulders back and down, energy coming down the arms and out through the fingers, crown of the head is reaching for the ceiling, and the chin is level with the floor. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, raise the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. On the inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands down to the floor, stepping back to plank pose, lower the body down. Press the tops of the feet, raise the chest for upward facing dog. Curl the toes, hips up and back for downward facing dog. In down dog, your feet are hips distance apart. Your hands should be shoulder width apart. We're pressing the top body back towards the thighs, and we're keeping the hips up nice and high, all while still breathing very deeply. A couple more breaths right here. As we look forward between the hands, we walk the feet forward till the feet are between the hands. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, folding all the way forward. And on an inhale, raising the arms to the sky, way up. And then hands back down by your side. Again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, hands down to the floor, stepping back to plank pose, top of a push-up. Lower the body down, keeping the elbows in nice and tight. Raise the chest for upward facing dog. Curl the toes, hips up and back for downward facing dog. And we breathe deeply. Breathing deep for 1. Again for 2. Breathe deep for 3. Just a couple more breaths here. As we look forward between the hands, walk the feet forward till the feet are between the hands. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold all the way forward. And on an inhale, raising the arms to the sky. And then hands back down by your side. All right. We're ready for Surya Namaskar B now. So on the inhale, we'll take chair pose. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, we come up halfway. Exhale, hands down to the floor, stepping back to plank pose, top of a push-up. Lower the body down. Upward facing dog. Curl the toes, hips up and back for downward facing dog. We bring the right foot forward between the hands. Left heel is down. We raise the arms to the sky for warrior 1. Hands back down to the ground, stepping back to plank, lowering the body down, taking your up dog. Hips up and back for downward facing dog, and we'll take left foot forward between the hands. Right heel is down. Raise the torso, raise the arms to the sky for warrior 1 again. Hands back down to the floor, stepping back to plank. Lower the body down. Take your upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. And we'll take 5 breaths here. Filling up the lungs for 1. Deep inhale for 2. Building energy for 3. And we look forward between the hands, walk the feet forward, inhale up halfway, exhale, fold all the way forward, and then take your chair pose, arms to the sky, and back to standing for Salutation A, equal standing pose. 1 more, just like that. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, hands down to the floor, stepping back to plank, lower the body down. Take your upward facing dog, hips up and back for downward facing dog. As we bring the right foot forward between the hands, left heel is down, raise the arms to the sky for warrior 1. Hands back down to the ground, stepping back to plank once again, lower the body down, take your up dog, take your downward facing dog, and this left foot forward between the hands, right heel is down, raise the arms to the sky. Hands back down to the floor, stepping back to plank once again, lowering the body down. Take upward facing dog. Hips up and back for downward facing dog. And we take 5 breaths here. Try to remain present. If the mind wanders, just try to bring the mind back to the sound and the pace of the breath. A few more breaths here. As we look forward between the hands, walk the feet forward till the feet are between the hands. Inhale up halfway, then fold all the way forward, and then finish off with a strong chair pose, reaching up to the sky, and then back to Salutation A, equal standing pose. We're warm now and ready for standing asana.
From equal standing pose, we're going to Padangusthasana. Spread your feet about hips width apart, hands on hips. Inhale your chest up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, grab for your big toes. If the toes aren't there, grab a block. Inhale, extend your chest, and exhale, fold forward. Place your spine right in between your 2 legs. Think about all 4 points of your feet, from the balls of your feet to your heels, pressing strongly into the ground. Strengthen your quadriceps. And just drop your head, drop your neck. Roll your shoulders up your back, breathing deeply. Inhaling and exhaling all through your nose. Keep this going, stretching the back of the hamstrings. Now inhale, extend your chest halfway, let go of your toes, and exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, come up all the way to standing, and step your feet back together, back to Salutation A. From Salutation A, equal standing pose, take a wide step to your right for Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take your arms out to a T, turn your right foot to 90 degrees, shift your hips back, and slowly lower your right hand down, wherever it lands, your shin, your foot, the floor. Left arm straight up to the sky, and the arms are so straight they're like one long arm. Dig into both heels and strengthen your thighs. Elongate your spine. Pull your belly in. Breathe. Now, bend your knee. Inhale, come up all the way to standing. Turn your right toes in, turn your left toes out. Shift your hips back and exhale, your left hand goes down. Again, wherever it lands. Now, press into the outsides of your heels and strengthen your quadricep muscles at the top of your thighs. Elongate your spine, stretch your arms, and breathe deeply. Let your breath be expansive. Take one more deep, smooth breath, and then bend your knee and inhale, come up all the way to standing. Now step forward, back to the front of your mat, Salutation A. Equal standing pose. Now take a wide step to your right for Utthita Parshvakonasana, extended side angle pose. Turn your right foot to 90 degrees, bend your knee over your ankle, and then bring your elbow down to the top of your thigh, or you can bring your right hand all the way down to the ground. Extend your left arm up and over in a nice long angle. Now dig into the back heel and extend that line of energy all the way from the left heel to the left hip, all the way through the left fingertips. Now, inhale, come all the way up from your belly. Turn your right toes in, your left toes out, and either bring your left elbow to the top of your left thigh or your left hand down to the ground, extending your right arm up and over. Dig into the right heel. Press strongly through the right thigh. And now extend from the right hip all the way through the right fingertips. Reach for something. Breathe. Expand your spine. Now on your next inhale, come up all the way to standing and step forward to the front of your mat, Salutation A.
From Salutation A, take a wide step to the right, facing the side of the mat in a wide stance of 3 to 4 feet, same distance between toes and heels. Bring the hands to your hips. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Bring the hands down to the floor. Extend the spine long and bring the top of the head down towards the floor. Try to have the same weight from the heel and the ball of the foot. Remaining here, breathing deeply. Breathing for 1. Again for 2. Filling up the lungs again for 3. Breathe for 4. Inhale, coming up halfway, slight bend in the knees, and come up all the way to standing. Release the arms. Take the arms out to a T. Clasp hands behind the low back. Broaden the shoulders. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, folding forward again, bringing the hands up and over any amount. Crown of the head reaching towards the floor. Again, try to have the same weight between the ball of the foot and the heel of the foot, and continue to breathe deeply in this posture. Prasarita Padottanasana C. Wide-legged forward bend. Just a few more breaths here. And then on the inhale, slowly roll up to standing. Release the arms. Step back to the front of the mat in Salutation A. For our next balance, standing with our hands on our hips, we're going to slowly raise the right knee up to waist high and hold it with the right hand. Press well into the standing foot, tighten the stomach for a center of gravity. And then we're going to slowly take the leg out to the side. Still standing tall. For an additional challenge, you can look to the left. Couple more breaths here. And then we're going to return the leg to center. Extend the leg out in front of you, pointing the toes forward. Still standing tall. Pressing well into the standing foot. And then slowly release the pose. And let's go to the other side. So we're going to raise the left knee waist high. Hold it with the left hand. Press well into the standing foot. Nice tight stomach for a center of gravity. And then we'll slowly take the leg out to the left side. Again, if you need additional challenge, you can look to the right. Still pressing well into the standing leg. Standing nice and tall. And then we slowly bring the leg back to center. Extend that left leg out in front of you, toes pointed. Couple more breaths here. Still standing tall. And then we slowly release the pose and return to Salutation A, equal standing pose. Balancing in tree pose. Let's bring the left hand to the left hip. Turn the right leg out to the side. And then we're going to place the sole of the right foot against the inside of the left thigh or calf. Bring the hands to prayer position and extend the arms up to the sky. Nice tight stomach. Gaze at a stationary object in front of you and breathe deeply. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly releasing the pose, and we'll prepare to go to the other side. So it'll be right hand on right hip. Turn the left leg out to the side. Place the sole of the left foot against the inside of the right thigh or calf. Bring the hands to prayer position and extend the arms up to the sky. Nice tight stomach, gazing at a stationary object in front of you. Breathing deeply. We'll take a couple of more breaths here. And then slowly releasing the pose and returning to Salutation A, equal standing pose.
From Salutation A, we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, flat back. Inhale, extend your chest halfway. Exhale, walk back, lower your body down through your push-up, chaturanga. Press the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, back to downward dog. Now step your right foot forward. Put your left heel down on the earth. Inhale your arms up to the sky for Warrior One pose. Bending your right knee over your ankle. Straighten your back leg. Make a nice long spine. Try to square and even the hips. Look up at your hands. One more deep breath. Now turning to your left side. Just pivot. Turn your left foot to 90 degrees. Bend the knee over the ankle. Dig the right heel into the earth. Extend your spine long. Look up at the thumbs. If your hands can touch, that's great. One more breath. Now take your arms out to a T for Warrior Two pose, Virabhadrasana 2. Gazing over your left hand. Your left knee is over your ankle. Your right heel is digging into the ground. Pubic bone and tailbone both face down to the earth. Take one more big breath, and then we're going to turn to the right side. Turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out, bend your right knee over your ankle, and now gaze to your right. Drop your shoulders down your back. Keep that idea of the tailbone pointing straight down to the ground. Take one or two more deep, smooth breaths. Now, windmill your hands down to the ground. Step back, lower your body. Inhale to upward dog, and exhale to downward dog. Take 5 long, smooth breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now look forward, walk forward. Inhale, extend your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up to the sky. Look at them. And exhale, hands to your side. Now we're going to make our way to the floor. So sit down any way you get there.
Dandasana or staff pose. Sit up straight with the legs extended out in front of you. The feet are flexed back towards the shins. The shoulders are back and down. Focus on having a nice long spine. Crown of the head is reaching for the ceiling, and the chin is level with the floor. As we prepare to move into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, we're going to reach for the toes, but some of us might have to reach for the knees or the ankles depending upon any stiffness that we may have. Extend the spine long, reaching forward any amount, breathing deeply, focusing on a long spine, and then we will begin to fold forward. Breathing deeply. This is a great back body stretch. Breathing deep for 2. Again for 3. Breathe deep for 4. Again for 5. As we take our last breaths here, and then slowly release the pose. And we'll prepare to go to Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose. So we bend the right leg and we place the sole of the right foot against the inside of the left thigh, focusing on a long spine, reaching forward any amount, and folding forward, moving the chest towards the knee, and breathing deeply. If you have soreness or tightness in the bent leg, try moving the foot down from the thigh down towards the calf, or placing a block under the knee to lift it up. If there's still discomfort, you should release the pose. But if it's working for you, this is a great stretch for the back, the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists. We'll take a few more breaths here. And then we'll slowly release and transition to the other side. So again, bend the leg, press the sole of the foot against the inside of the thigh, turn the belly slightly towards the lead leg, and then fold forward any amount. Still breathing deeply. Breathe for 2. Again for 3. Really fill up the lungs for 4. Again for 5. Just a couple more breaths here as we slowly release the pose and prepare now for Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Here we bring the soles of the feet together, holding the feet firmly and stretching the spine upward. You can increase the stretch by pressing the elbows against the thighs, or you can just let gravity do the work. A regular practice of this position increases circulation in the abdomen, the pelvic and back area. Let's fold forward any amount and take about 5 breaths here. Filling up the lungs for 1. Feeling the stretch for 2. Breathing deeply for 3. Again for 4. Breathe for 5. And then we'll slowly release the pose and get ready for a wide-legged forward fold. So begin by spreading the legs out, having the feet and the knees pointing upward. We want to stretch the spine long and reach and grab the sides of the feet or the ankles and fold forward any amount. And on any of the stretches, just remember, find your range of motion on the stretch first, back off slightly, and then recreate the stretch over the next few breaths. Still breathing deeply. Really filling up the lungs. Just a few more breaths here. Last one. And we slowly release the pose. Nicely done.
Next, we're going to come down to our backs. Lying on your back, hug your right knee into your chest for Supta Padangusthasana. Now, straighten your right leg up to the sky. You can either grab and back the leg, interlacing the fingers behind the thigh, or grab your big toe if the flexibility allows you to do that. Reach your right heel up to the sky. Flex your right toes back towards your face. Keep extending that leg. Try to stack your right heel directly over your right hip. Your left hand can go on your left thigh if you're holding the big toe. Press through the left heel as well in front of you so you've got a nice, strong left leg. And breathe into the back of the right leg. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling out through your nose. Couple more. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. One more. Now hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. And then let it go. Extend it along the floor. Bend your left knee. Hug your left knee into your chest. Give it that little hug. And then straighten the left leg up to the sky. Either grabbing it with your big toe to the hand or interlacing your hands behind the back of your left leg. Flex both feet. All 10 toes are pointing back towards your face. Your heel on your left is stacked right above your hip on the left. If you have hold of the toe, press your right hand upon the right thigh. Deep breaths. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. One more. Good. Now, as you're ready, bend your right knee, squeeze it into your chest, and then let it go, straightening out both legs, lying along the floor. Now we're going to bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Bend both knees. Place the soles of your feet directly in front of your hips. Tuck your shoulders underneath you, and then lift your hips up to the sky. Clasp your hands underneath your low back, and reach your clasped hands down towards your heels. Dig into your heels so that you can lift up your hips. Dome your chest up towards your chin. Keep your collarbones broad and breathe into this wide expanded space of your chest. Big inhalations, big exhalation. Focus specifically on the inhalation. The exhale will take care of itself. Dig into your heels. Continue to lift your hips. Take a couple more breaths. And then slowly lower yourself down. Now, come up to seated. From seated pose, we're going to fold forward to counterbalance that bridge pose. Grab your big toes, and grab whatever you can. Reach your chest forward and fold forward. 10 long breaths. 2, 3, 4. Roll the shoulders back and down. 5. Straight, strong legs. Expand through the breath. 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, look up at your feet, and exhale, let them go. Now, lying back on your back, we're going for Shavasana, the most important pose, corpse pose, at the end of our practice. As we lay here, we want to relax completely. Do a little survey of your body. Let go of your feet. Let them fall off to the sides. Let go of all the muscles in your legs that we've used. Let go of the muscles in your belly. Allow them to rise as you inhale, and the belly will fall as you exhale. Same with your chest, rising on the inhale, falling on the exhale. Relax your shoulders down to the mat in back of you, and trace a line from your shoulders down your arms all the way through your fingertips. Let the energy go through your fingertips. Soften your neck. Soften your jaw. Soften your temples and the corners of your eyes. Soften your forehead and the center of your forehead. That's your third eye. Now tell your scalp to relax. And watch it noticeably relax. Lay here for another minute. Calm, peaceful, relaxed. Now when you're ready, Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Stretch your arms up overhead, nice and long. Bend both knees. Roll over to your right side in fetal pose. Stay here for a moment because it's so comfortable. And then when your body tells you it's ready, come all the way up to seated. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow your chin into your chest. And take your hands to your third eye and fold forward. Grateful, happy, relaxed. Namaste.